Hello and welcome to the Inspiration Pop-Up on a Monday afternoon, like always. So we are streaming from here, Germany, Frankfurt, to South Africa, Cape Town, and in all over the world. Hello, Bridget.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, even if the weather is just crap. It's just cold and rainy and stormy. There's a big storm in Germany at the moment, so it's very strange. But we are happy to help with a subject today that is so important because I hate decisions because I'm always not so decisive. But what can we do to make decisions faster? What is your first hint?
Well, first of all, I agree with you, especially if it's a big decision. When it's a big decision, you do kind of think and you weigh it up, and it's not as easy. It's definitely not as easy. I would say when the decision arises and you need to make this decision, if you are able to, and it's not always possible, I understand that, but if you are able to just take some time. Give yourself a time frame. You don't want to 5 years later say, oh gosh, I was meant to make that decision. There needs to be a cutoff, obviously. But when it's big decisions or a big decision, take some time. I think that is really good because when you take time, you're not as emotional because things have calmed down. Whereas often with a big decision, there's a lot of emotion. And so it's very hard to be rational. I think maybe it's just women, I don't know, but it's quite hard to be rational when you're feeling emotionally charged.
Right. And also, for me, it's also a thing because I'm sometimes thinking, okay, I can do it whenever. And if you don't take a deadline, as you said, it's so difficult because it's always under in your subconscious and it takes a lot of energy. That's the big problem as well. No? So, and what I learned from you, my dear Bridget, as well, take your values as a kind of a net over the decision and check if the decision really ties into your values. No? So if there's no adventure, no freedom, and no connection to people, not a good decision for me. Yeah, for example. Yeah, I don't know what your values are, what you put on it, but it's health, I would say.
Of course, health and education is very important. But even when it's a decision around who I want to spend time with, the values of the people that I spend time with need to be in alignment. And a lot of that for me is around lifestyle. So if somebody is got a very different lifestyle to me, the possibilities of us sort of being in parallel or walking together could be quite challenging if we see things very, very extreme. An example, on the weekend, I was speaking to a friend and she was talking about biking and being involved in, and I'm talking about motorbikes and being immersed in a world where they are bikers and she's not. And I was saying, for myself, I wouldn't be able to add value to the conversation or to the group because motorbikes aren't my thing. So that's what I mean by lifestyle. So the values, it really kind of, there's so much that makes us who we are.
Right, right. And the good thing is as well, talk it through. So, what are the consequences of the decision you're taking? And are you able and willing to take the consequences? So, is there enough security if you lose this job? Or is there like a certain time you can survive without this job and have enough time to take another job? Also, if it's a job decision, no? Because these are always decisions that make us a bit, yeah, or that fears us, no?
Yeah, I think sometimes people make decisions really just thinking about their own needs in that moment, not thinking that that actually could have a consequence. And the consequences are massive. I think in everything you do I suppose that's where the time part comes in, but to be able to take the time to think, okay, if I do that, realistically, there's a very good chance that could happen. Am I okay with that? Yes, I am. Okay, great. No, I'm not. Okay, maybe I won't do that, whatever that is.
as well, and keep in mind as well the positive consequences, because like we are humans and sometimes we are always putting the spotlight on the negative consequences that can have.
Yeah.
But how if it will be nicer than before and not just
Mm.
worse? Yeah, so this is also sometimes a good thing, what helps for me at least.
Especially if you, and I'm a little bit on the fence with this one, talking to other people and getting other people's perspectives. I'm a little bit on the fence with that, only because if I get an idea about something and I really want to do it, I'm going to do it no matter what anybody says. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. So by listening to all these other people, often for me, it can just be a whole lot of extra information. I'm not really going to do anything with it. And they're not me and I'm not them. So I would almost rather go experience it myself.
Mm-hmm. I
That's up
guess
to the individual.
this is a point of self confidence as well. I think the clearer you are in your values and your decisions, the more you can do it on your own. But so many people are depending on the outside, and like it as well to hear some news from the outside or some advices. But it's at least it's always the problem, who do you ask? If I want to leave the teacher job and I ask a lot of teachers, they are afraid to lose their security. They will take, no, don't do that. No. But the moment I realized it, the moment I decided for myself I will leave it for a certain time, not forever, but for a certain time, they said, oh, you are so courageous. And I said, what? It's the same people I'm asking. But I was clearer. So this is the tricky thing. If you ask other people, what is your inner, how do you say, your inner mindset, or yeah.
Yeah, your kind of sixth sense. That for me actually ties in with the next one, which in a way, it's a little bit about wanting to test the waters. People sometimes do that with job shadowing. I know my sister who lives now in the UK, her and her husband are looking at getting a holiday home in Portugal because maybe one day they would want to retire there or something like that. So they want to actually take some time, go over there and get a feel of the different areas before they decide if that's actually what they want, because maybe they've just created this illusion. They don't know. So if you can test the waters and test it out, that is first prize, to get a sense of living in an area or a house before you buy it is quite powerful, because then you've got a better idea. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is also what I did, no? That I tested the teacher job outside the system, so in private schools. And so then I could realize, is there another world that is close to the world I was living in and I didn't like too much? Or is it something completely different? And so, no? So, and it's the same if you have a big dream to travel the world and you save and save and save money, and then you start traveling and you realize, ooh, traveling alone is not my thing, and then you did it for 20 years, and then you think, it's the same when you buy a motorhome or something like that, and then you realize traveling in a motorhome is nothing what I prefer. Yeah, so try it out. I have a friend, they are running around Europe now with a motorhome, and they just leased it for a while, and then they can realize if they like it or not, and they lease it longer, or they buy it, but they didn't buy it now. No?
Yeah, definitely. And I think for anyone who's got big decisions that they want to make, maybe this month or this coming week, maybe these tips might help just to get a broader perspective.
Yes, and we love to take decisions now because we did it so many times. We did it for many courses we created for some others, and it's a try and error sometimes, but it can be so rewarding. So we are happy to have if you want to take a decision. See you next week. Bye.
Mm.